I am not recording this because I want to. I'm recording this as an act of obedience to what I feel God has told me to do, which is to record. I have not been feeling like creating content because of where my mental state is at. I'm currently in El Salvador in a hotel with an unmade bed, reading my Bible and doing my morning pages because I am currently reading The Artist's Way. And I'm reading this book in an attempt to get my spark back in creating in general. Not just creating content, but my blogs, my vlogs, a Substack that I wanted to start, and just like my writing in general for like my book. But it's been hard for me because this last deployment that was 6 months in Abu Dhabi was the worst deployment emotionally. It sucked. It was still good. I don't want to say that it was all bad, but it was sucky emotionally in the sense that a lot of stuff happened over there. And for the privacy of my troops, I'm not going to mention everything that happened, but a lot of that burden was left on me. A lot of that burden fell to me because I didn't have the peer support that I needed for my flight. I'm not trying to down talk or dog talk anyone, but the person that was supposed to run the shop did not. They just didn't. Not in the way they were supposed to. They didn't even uphold the Air Force core values that they talk so much about, which is integrity, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And I feel like that mirrors a lot of God's principles. This person did not do that. And it really sucked because I felt like it left me alone to have to deal with a lot of stuff that happened to my troops, around my troops. And we were triggered with some of the things that happened over there in the base, and even like when we were dispersed, because we were one of the bases we were the first base to create the plan of disbursement for the other bases when Iran and Yemen were throwing missiles and like all this stuff. And it was hard for my troops, especially because a lot of them were first time deployers. And hearing that alarm red, yeah, it was pretty insane. And on top of that, there's things going on back home at my base that left me spiraling to the point where I'm going off on my best friend, on my family, on my back then supervisor back home, and questioning everyone like, what are you gonna do to betray me? When are you going to pull the rug from underneath my feet? How are you gonna betray my trust? I was spiraling. I was straight up spiraling, and I'm not okay. I'm okay in the sense that I know God's got me. I feel that God let this happen. I almost feel like saying God triggered me in order to uproot these roots that I have of trauma, specifically sexual trauma, not just from like when I was 6, but every single TDY, almost every single deployment in TDY and mission I've been in has required me to be some type of victim's advocate for someone. And I've been through some really horrible things walking alongside people that I wish I hadn't, but in a sense, I know that God used me for that purpose, to walk alongside them. But the problem is, when you're useful, you get used. I let my empathy take over, and it caused me to get hurt by people. What I do is I self-isolate, and I also go to this dark place where when I'm finally out of my dark cocoon, I let God in, and I mean, he's the only one I can cry to. He's the only one that understands and knows exactly what's going on. But I stay isolated in this dark place, and because life goes on, because people need me, or because a mission has to keep going, or whatever the case may be, life goes on. Instead of letting God do the surgery that needs to get done in order for me to heal, I slap a band-aid on the wound and I keep it moving because life keeps going, because I have to keep doing this and this and that. And it's gotten me to this place where I need some serious soul surgery that only God can give me. But I feel that He is using, or He will use, not just His word, not just His spirit, but people that He has placed in psychological offices to help me, because I will be going to therapy soon. My therapist had to cancel because she had COVID, she had a fever, and I was kind of bummed out about it because it's my first therapy session ever. I've never been to therapy before, even though I definitely advocate for it. I'm anxious in the sense that I want to like dig deep already and get the work in, and a little excited and a little nervous because I know how I am. I'm the type of person that if today I feel good, I'm good. That's me slapping the band-aid on it until something pops up that re-triggers me, and then the wound is wide open again, and maybe I should have gotten surgery. But because of that, I have been in this place where I don't feel like creating. I haven't felt like creating long form content. I have created some short form content because I've been kind of hiding away in manga and manhwas and anime and K-dramas. Recently, I started reading more. I got the book Alchemized, and I started reading Powerless and the trilogy, and I feel like the anime and the mangas and manhwas have gotten me to dip my toe into the fantasy world, so it's easier for me to finally get into the genre that everyone on Book Talk talks about. It's been fun, but I've also noticed that when I was deployed, I would literally lose myself in those, not lose myself, but I would jump into those worlds of manga, manhwa, anime, books, to run away, to escape so much. I don't feel like it's bad to escape from time to time, but I would literally want to stay there. I would not want to do anything else. So I don't feel like creating. I don't feel like writing. But even though there's a desire in my heart to write, to record, to create, to edit, and I've done little things that have not convicted me, but confirmed that I do want to create, but my mind is just not in a place. The motivation isn't there, but I want to move past that because the motivation isn't always going to be there. So as I was writing my morning pages, I felt like God was prompting me just to record. And I asked him, what do I even talk about? People don't want to hear about this. And he's like, people want to see real. Be real. Talk about what you're going through, how you don't feel like creating, where you're at, that you're not, 100% okay. So that's what I'm doing in obedience. I don't know if I'm going to put this up, but I know that I had to record it, and actually it feels pretty good to record. So it's that's the confirmation that I need to know that I want to create. It's just I'm not 100% there. I mainly want to create for the joy of creating, which I miss a lot. Thanks, God.